Hello trainers, Ganeto here, and today we're diving together into Open Neutral League with a fantastic team. We're gonna use Swampert up in front, Cresselia at the back, and in between we will fit in there the amazing South Abomasnow. This good breaking Pokemon is just gonna destroy down a lot of enemy threats for that Ultra League format, and I really like how well it can adapt to the meta as an anti-meta closer. At the same time, we have two Pokemon that can kinda destroy down those fire types. Of course, the one is gonna be Swampert, which is pretty straightforward, either with the Hydro Can for those flying fire types or just Earthquake to nuke down something like a Skeletrich, for example. And at the back we have a non-grass knot version of Cresselia so that we can have a better matchup against those fire types. I have also found that you do not even need Moonblast, so if you want to use Grass Knot, feel free to do so. Just use it alongside Future Sight because those dark types do not exist at all. We're gonna have today some, but overall you are not gonna see much. So let's see what we have going on here, because now Skeletrich is just gonna get one shot down with the following Earthquake, and now they will return into the battle with their Jellicent. So Surf is gonna take out our Mad Boy, but we do not care at all. All we have to do at this point is to overfarm a lot and predict the following moves. I'm not gonna shield anything, even a Shadow Ball can easily be taken while we have so much energy stored up on our Pokemon. Before they reach now to their next charge attack, I'm just gonna go to the maximum amount of energy, and look at that animation that was kind of updated, I believe, for the grass charge attack. And to my surprise, Poliwrath can still survive with 1 HP the following Shadow Energy Ball. It doesn't matter, still we can take the victory. And now let's move forward into the next battle. We're having Obstagoon up in front, which is an absolute terror for our backline, but up in front it's kind of an even scenario. Let's see how this is gonna go, because under shielding I'm pretty sure we can do pretty well up against that Obstagoon, and obviously we can push it down to make a crucial mistake by blocking our final move, or just they have to go ahead and let that Obstagoon go down. So here comes now Hydro Can to put that Obstagoon super low at a point that they are with about 5% of HP, and they can now farm us down. It doesn't matter, the following super effective, no I'm kidding, shadow effective Powder Snows are gonna be enough to finish off Obstagoon. And of course now they have a Trevenant at back. They're trying to catch my ice move on that Swampert. This is not gonna work at all. Instead we're gonna get to the energy ball. They are smarter than this though. They will block, and to their surprise we're gonna have something like Cresselia to wall down completely that Swampert. Also, you're gonna see that even if you do not have Grass Knot, which is a legacy move, you can still finish off those water types with the following and back-to-back Moonblast, or just go with the Future Sight at some point. So as you can see here, I'm just gonna go ahead and let everything slide on my end. Since my switch timer is coming up, I can charge up to the maximum amount of energy, and they are trying to catch now on that Trevenant. Doesn't matter, we are still gonna stand tall here with our complete farm down, since they cannot reach to another charge attack, and of course right after they will just surrender this battle. Into the next one now, and we're having a Gliscor up in front. So all we have to do at this point is to rely on our Swampert, and they have agreed on the switch. You know what, this is not that great, because this Pokemon is extremely bulky and of course extremely spammy, much spammier than our spammy Mad Boy. So you can imagine the spammingness from those two can get a lot of weird action into play. So here comes now the Bot Slam, which we're trying to catch on our Cresselia. We can do exactly that, and right after the crunch will do minimal amount of damage, but still super effective. Hopefully no debuff on our end, and before they reach to another crunch, I'm just gonna throw my Moonblast. They're gonna go down, so both of them shields are up into play, and now they will return to the battle with Jellicent. You know what, we do not have Grass Knot, so instead of going for the Future Sight, I will just go for the attempt to get to the triple Moonblast. But right here they're gonna get to the Shadow Ball and finish me off anyways, so it doesn't matter at all. So the battle is definitely not over yet, but it's kinda of a rough one for us, because all we have left now is our Abomasnow as a real threat to their team, and let's see how well they can do up against my Energy Ball, because I'm just gonna go straight for it. Perhaps they're expecting the bait, and indeed they did, so down they go into a single move. Now at the back the return with Gliscor, and of course we can have the upper hand here with those debuffs. I really like how well Icy Wind can adapt to a lot of matchups, but to be fair, sometimes it felt like I needed something like a Weather Ball, a cheaper way to get to my charge attack, and of course a Weather Ball could fit much nicer. So it's all up to you. You have the chance to go for the extra mile, for the extra energy cost, and use your Icy Wind to debuff the opponent, or just go with back-to-back Weather Ball, since you can charge up to that move fairly fast with your Powder Snow. But overall for this team, I really recommend going for Icy Wind because we are mainly using our Pokemon here as a closer, and to be fair, Energy Ball is the better move to close any battle out there. Now, up against the Grident, this Pokemon is kinda neutral, and against any neutral scenario, before I throw at this point the Earthquake, I need to switch out to my Cresselia, keeping all that energy alive for the end game, because you never know when you might need it. By switching out to Cresselia, you can kinda draw out something like a fire type that your opponent might be having at the back, and guess what? My opponent has one! Yeah, what a surprise! And that Pokemon is none other than a Talonflame, which means that after those flame charges, the Incinerates are gonna hurt much more. So here comes now from my end the future side, and they have already understood that at the back they have a Pokemon severely weak to Talonflame, because that's the only reason I can throw my Cresselia up against them. So they want to protect their Incinerator over here, and in doing so they're just gonna go full shielding on their end. Of course I need to shield back, and hopefully we can do more than enough damage with the future sight, but I really doubt it so, because look at that, trainers, just one Incinerate is just gonna do above 50% on my Abomasnow. That hurt a lot, and yeah, this is a loss that we could have definitely played it much differently if we kept that energy, switched out on our Swampert to the Cresselia, bait out the Talonflame, and see how it goes from there. Of course, I have no clue what their final Pokemon could be, but at least we could have had a chance. So that's why I'm showcasing battles like this, so that you can have a better understanding of my mistakes and what you need to be afraid of, and of course how to avoid those mistakes and turn them into a win. So here comes now the next battle after we finish off this Ninetales on the Switch very easily. We went for the very smart Hydro Cannon up first, and then the future side to finish off that Pokemon, and of course now they have a Swampert of their own at the back. This is not a common line, but still it kinda makes sense, I guess. They're having kinda of a non-legendary team on the Ultra League, which is pretty brave, non-heavily excelled as well on the Ninetales, but still it is a Powder Snow version, kinda healthy for our viewing eyes. And of course right after we're having now the Icy Wind on that Swampert. After that Icy Wind debuff, we're kind of on a very good incident and scenario here, because we can survive with the following Hydro Cannon. They want to preserve the HP that they have on the Swampert, which makes a lot of sense, but at this point all I want to do is to one-shot down this Pokemon with the potential Moonblast, and I know that if I can block here correctly, we can absolutely reach to the next Moonblast without any serious casualties. So they're gonna reach now to their next move, which I'm pretty sure could be a Trailblaze if they had that move on their Pokemon. And since it is not, we're just gonna go ahead and be on a very good spot, since now down goes their Swampert, and of course Ampharos will shortly enough follow the same fate. Into the next battle now, we're having a Shadow Dragonite up in front. This Pokemon is really bad news for our Mad Boy, so obviously we need to switch out to our Cresselia. A bad lead here followed up by a very bad switch, kind of a core breaker for my entire team. And also they have farmed up a bit on that Dragonite, which can be kinda bad for us. So anyways, now the Moonblast on that poor Golisopod, and now we have one more Moonblast before they're trying to farm us down. So this Moonblast will not be enough to finish off that poor Golisopod, but at least we have put that Golisopod pretty low at a point that not only we can charge up some energy, but also they cannot finish us at all, since we applied the debuff on that second Moonblast. Dragonite returns. I am about to press here the move. I know that might have been a mistake, but still my dead Dragonite is just gonna finish us off, and now we have to completely rely on Abomasnow to do all that heavy closing part. At the back they have a water type. Look at that animation of that grass typing, I love it already. And of course now that water gun is not gonna do enough damage in combination with the surf, we can easily take it and charge up a lot of energy. Hopefully for them though, they have a shadow and we're shadow as well, which means that if they can block here, they can have a very close battle, but still a double icy wind is coming up and we can remain with about 1 damage on our HP level, and we can still guarantee the victory. Into the final one with a very good lead against the Skeledyrds, but still the reason I'm showcasing this battle, because you know me, I hate good leads, I'm only showcasing bad ones, is because of Golisopod. This Pokemon is a core breaker for my team and I cannot switch out yet. First I want them to spare some energy on my Swampert, and now I'm gonna come into the battle with our Abomasnow. So Abomasnow having here the energy ball can be kind of a game changer, because my opponent might actually be expecting the icy wind and we can definitely finish them off with a one shot. So now my Swampert is gonna return to the battle. We have the Earthquake ready to go for massive damage on the Poliwrath, and one more before they do anything weird. Are they gonna be expecting this? No, trainers, down they go. We can definitely snipe them down, and see what I did here. I charged up to that fourth mud shot, then switched out, and of course now if they get to the next Incinerate while my Swampert is in there, we can still get to the Hydro Cannon. That was a super good play, and I believe that getting here to the future side is gonna be a game changer, since they are not gonna block it at all, and of course they're just gonna fall down to the following Psycho Cuts. So that is gonna be all for today, trainers. Thank you for watching and for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and over here I have 2 videos for you to check out. Feel free to check them out, and I will see you all into the next one.